All right, guys. Well, yeah, big shout out to everyone who jumped on the wheel for or who got an entry in for last week's challenge, our deadlift challenge. It was pretty awesome seeing quite a few entries, a few beasts as always. Guys, we've got a an exciting one for you tonight. We've got a lot to show you guys. These last couple of months have definitely been a couple of months of building, and there's been a lot of behind the scenes stuff which is now kind of coming into fruition. So excited to share with you guys. So Mez, you got the schedule for everything, so shall we get her moving on schedule?
All right, let's go, guys. So welcome to the AMA. As you guys know, it's going to be largely subs. Pretty much revealing everything in relation to like products that we've been labeling, pricing, and just what our vision is for the subs. So that's the main thing we're covering off. But follow that up with just an update on GYMBROs Clo, the gym, the Queens, and then as usual AMA questions at the end.
But first things first, we're going to show you guys the latest free claim items. So this is going to be some exclusive for you guys here in the Discord. Yeah, we're excited. So are you guys ready to see our first claim items of the year?
I'm going to see it in the chat. I'm bringing that up now, fam.
Do we have to, I think your screen share's gone, so did you redo it?
Yeah, I'll just flicking some stuff around.
Yeah, I'm telling you guys, we've got a lot to show you, so.
Okay, guys, so as you know, 4 tiers. So our first item is going to be obviously for our tier 1 holders, 1 to 4 GYMBROs. And we have a sick-ass GYMBROs hat. So you guys know we took a poll.
Bruh,
you guys.
I can't see anything.
Oh, you can't see?
Yeah, can anyone else not see it? It's just me.
I can see it.
Oh, what?
I can see it.
Hang on.
You fix your end and I'll just give.
Mate, I'm gutted. Can't see.
Well, you've seen it.
Okay, no, fam, we're good.
Yeah, so as long as you can see it, we're good.
Okay, we're good.
But yeah, so you can see like there's a couple of things going on here. So just the hat itself is a cotton, kind of like a new era style dad hat. So it's not super low profile. It's kind of like medium to low profile. Your 6-panel, cotton. And then it's got, obviously we're going with the grey, and you'll see that scheme throughout the rest of the claim. But we've obviously got this sicker logo here. So we kind of wanted to do something with the logo that obviously printed well on the hat, because this is embroidered, so it's got a really nice embroidery. But yeah, we needed something that would obviously go well embroidered on the hat, because the graffiti logo doesn't really work with embroidery. It's just like too intense, and the colours everywhere. As
Kevo just pointed out, he just said, is that SUPS logo? It's similar to the SUPS logo. So we did like a cross between our graffiti logo and the SUPS logo. So pretty excited on this. We've been trialing a lot of hats to get the perfect hat these past couple of months, guys. Believe it or not, the hats has been the hardest thing for us to get perfect. We've been doing a lot of sampling for the clothing brands, and the hats was actually surprisingly the hardest thing to get right. So
some of the hats we got just insanely like bad, just to fit, like it just wouldn't fit your head properly. And then you get like the beaks are way too big, or just they're, I guess, just the quality of them, like the way they're put together, not good. So there's just like heaps of little things to try and find the perfect hat. But we literally think we have perfect dad cap. I'm pretty sure we have found the perfect though. These are really sick. You guys might have seen on some of Freeze's like socials. I've been wearing the green hat here and there. So that's the that's a supply that we're going with, and that's the hat in terms of obviously like shape, style, quality. It's really stoked with the quality of the hats. So let's go.
Yeah, very good shit. So we're going to be doing a big push on this one, guys. We wanted to do for this first product just something that's very universal, something that looks really sick, is just epic. And we want to bring more holders through and making these claims, and getting and repping the GYMBROs. So
yeah, we thought a hat's cool item to do as the first, because it's what obviously most people are going to get, and it's a very wearable item just to be out and around. So hopefully we see more GYMBROs hats, because I've seen a few shirts going around, a few GYMBROs baby GYMBRO shirts going around. Saw one at Bunnings the other day, which was cool.
Yeah, I saw one
we see some
at the petrol station the other day as well. It was pretty awesome. Cool to see. Nice. Very cool to see. All right, so that is our 1 to 4 tier item. Next tier, you guys know we've got 5 to 9 GYMBROs, and obviously the more tiers we go up, you get the new item plus the items in the tiers below as well. So, Miz, shall we have a reveal for item number 2 for tier 2?
Tier 2, 5 to 9 GBs. Here we go, baby. We got
some socks.
Stickers. Some unique. Yeah, there's obviously one of one GYMBROs socks. So these are the same as our GYMBROs player socks, but obviously different color. The GYMBROs, just plain GYMBROs text there in the middle, and it's going to be two pairs per holder. So you can see, obviously we're going for a bit of grey, a bit of pink as the color scheme for this drop, and then we'll be hitting. Also be restocking all of our socks at the same time too, guys. So
he's done it.
Oh shit! Here it is.
Oh, here we go. Tier number 3, fam.
Tier 3, quick.
We have GYMBROs drink bottles. So if you are a purple whale, you own 10 to 19 bros, you're also going to get a GYMBROs drink bottle, and I'll let Miz give the details on this one. It's a pretty special one. As you guys can see, it's got our graffiti logo colors in it, and I'll let Miz talk about the detailing on it.
Yes, sir. So we want to do a bit of a memento to the GYMBROs mint and the GYMBROs sellout. So we usually have your opacity as you know today instead of our mint counter. So you can see top 0 10,000 sold. If you guys can remember, that's progress bar from the mint page, and then you've got the date. So cool to see all the date, the milestones. So 2,000 in a week, November, and then dates finally selling out 30 units unique if you are a 3 holder. And then on the other side, it's going to have the GYMBROs logo cut down my mouse at the bottom.
Hell yeah. We got a couple of questions, Miz. Is it stainless steel? It's a BPA free plastic, right?
And it is like translucent. I mean, yeah, you can see the liquid in there. Yeah, boy.
Very epic. Alrighty, for our golden whales.
Just hit this. So yeah, T4 20 plus GBs. Worked. So these are
our wrist wraps.
Wrist wraps. I'm glad you jumped in there. I was going to say wrist wraps.
I knew you were going to say straps, right? To jump in.
Can't have that.
So yeah, if you guys know, if you've ever used wrist wraps, they're actually fucking awesome. Very underrated piece for the gym. Just gives you that wrist support. Helps so much if you're benching heavy or if you've got heavy dumbbells. Kevo said he was going to buy some today, bro. Don't you wait out on these, bro. But yeah.
Yeah, may as well wait. Yeah, this is a rubber piece, this grey bit. And then you've got like a 3D rubber. So you can see like the shadowing on the whale and the words. So they kind of come out a bit, the 3D effect.
So GYMBROs whales.
Looking really nice.
There you go. And the best news, guys, should I tell them is, when the claim's going live?
Oh yeah, for sure.
So we haven't announced it, but the claim will be going live. We're going to be opening it up on Friday, fam. This Friday, we're going to be opening it up. So we're going to open all the registrations for this claim. It's going to be open for 2 weeks. And then we get our orders in. You guys know everything's custom ordered. So you can only get these pieces by owning a GYMBRO at the time of the claim time. So we don't sell these, and they're exclusive to GYMBROs holders. So Emma just asked, does that mean we've got 2 weeks to get to the next tier? Yep, that's correct. So yeah, the claim's going to be open for 2 weeks. So I believe it's 31st of March through till about the 14th or 13th of April. So yeah, we're gonna get these on the socials probably tomorrow, and generate a bit of hype on this. You guys know that's a big part of what we do is the 2 free merch claims every single year just for holding. And we, as you guys can see, we put a lot of effort into these to make them actually awesome and make people want them. So, and just want to rep them as well. So yeah.
Yeah, and just to follow on from that, we're going to be doing the same as last time for the claim. So it's going to be Discord channel and the sign form. It'll be a bit easier this year because we don't have to worry about size. So it'll just be 1 per tier. So be less confusion there, but it's hopefully going to bring everyone back through the court as well. So it'll bring a lot of activity, which is one of the main reasons. So that'd be cool to get some people come back through and say hi. So that's cool. And then as far as the actual physical claim, that'll be in June. So once we get our numbers finalised, final orders go in, and then production time will put us in June. So I think we've done well this year. We were the game this year rushed towards the last year and the last claim. So we got onto this one early, feeling good about this one. But yeah, so actual claim will be in June. What else we got here? Yeah, that's about it. Claim as usual on the GB close site. You guys know the drill.
Hell yeah. So yeah, as always, yeah, we're going to be opening this on Friday and using the Discord threads with the crypto sign. So always appreciate your guys' help when new people come in. We feel like that obviously the last it's pretty similar to the last couple of claims, except it's easier this time because people don't need to choose their sizes because it's just one size fits all on everything. So it should be a bit easier, but definitely appreciate you guys' help when people are coming through and directing them in the right place. Is always epic, and that love to see that when we open these claims and the Discord just goes crazy. So yeah, like Miz was saying, no doubt we're going to be getting a few peeps coming through the Discord, seeing some familiar faces or familiar names, and yeah, it's going to be good.
Yeah.
I was going to say, Mary, these boys are more likely to bring out slides than sneakers. Have you seen what they wear in these videos for the challenges?
Yeah.
It is true. It is true.
And we have definitely have.
Nice.
It's a tricky one though, because everyone's making like Yeezy knockoffs, so we don't really want to go down that path. But there's actually heaps of other cool designs out there.
Yeah. Well,
sampling's pretty tough.
So yeah, next up, guys, we're going to give you the rundown on the supplements. Yeah, we're finally going to be actually releasing everything to you guys. So our flavors that we've chosen, our final labels, and all our nutritional panels as well. So feel free to get your screenshots ready. We're going to go over all the ingredients and our first two products that we're dropping. So without further ado, Miz, I'll let you get them up, brother.
So that's a lot of stuff.
The favorite part.
Yeah, this is.
I was thinking before. I know we got the. I think I might just start with full labels first.
Yeah. Now, actually, I reckon we should show the tubs first.
Oh, hang on there, mate. Almost jumped the gun there.
We got the full mock-ups.
You want it?
Because then we can show the flavors, and then we can talk about all the ingredient breakdowns on the actual labels with the master chemist himself.
Get out.
All right, fam, here we go. So,
Who was that sexy motherfucker on the top? Goodness.
Don't you start.
I think it's like is that like a Pokemon or something?
Yeah, that's it. That's Geodude.
It's Geodude, bro. I forgot about Geodude. Here we go.
Shit.
Bill Strand said, Candy Shop or Candy Land? 50 cent. That's a good one.
Yeah, so obviously, you're seeing that. So the flavour we've gone with is Candyland for our pump. King good flavour. Literally, guys, like all the flavours that we got, that we sampled were really, really good. We feel like we could have run any of them, so it was a super hard choice. But yeah, we went with Candyland, and it kind of ties in a little bit with what we've chosen for the nootropic, which we'll get to. But yeah, super nice flavour. It'll be cool just to see what you guys think in terms of like what it actually tastes like. We've kind of went with Candyland because it leaves it a bit open, because we had people taste it and they had different opinions on what kind of candy it was. So it'd be cool to see what you guys think. But yeah, you can see like the tub here. So these are the actual tubs. So they're kind of that like shiny, reflective tub with the flat lid. Look really nice, looked really clean. With the groundbreaker, so this is obviously a mock-up. You can't see exactly how it's going to be, but it's going to have high build, which is kind of like 3D effect when you rub your hand over it. I think for the groundbreaker, you're going to have high build along the words, and I think the logo, and then all of the background, as in the blue and purple, is all going to be metallic. So it's really going to pop off the tub. So that's the front.
How's that back looking?
The back. See if I can do my thing. Nah, didn't work. Sorry.
And here is the back.
Is the back. So I'll show you guys. I'll kind of go through the wording and label when we look at the full label, but yeah, you can see. It's just kind of on the other side. So yeah, nutrition info, suggested use, stack option for the nootropic. Then we're going to have an about section, and then story of GYMBROs. And we'll go through that. Let's look at full label now, and then we'll talk a little bit more about the product.
Should we go the nootropic tubs and then go both labels? Or do you want to go into this label? I reckon we show it and just get the flavors out, and then we can break them down separately.
Sounds good. Okay, sorry guys, I'll just reshare now.
Ooh, there we go.
The DF.
My favorite product.
Wonder why, bro.
It's actually got no.
Sydney's at all.
No, it's genuinely got nothing to do with Diamond God. I just fucking love our nootropic. I had like 5 serves, guys, and then our samples ran out, and it was so fucking sad. I was just like enjoying drinking it every day. It was so good. But yeah,
Yeah, it
fam.
is. Yeah, you can see the flavour, sour apple straps. Hope people boys and girls like the sours. Good thing about this is it is like the flavour is potent. It's quite strong. But obviously we want it to go that way, and then you can just obviously dilute it as much as you need to your tasting. So yeah, so we've got a sour apple flavour, and it goes really good with the Candyland. Like amazing. Like they actually combine to probably taste better that way. So and then we also wanted to go, because this is like a nootropic, we wanted to kind of go more of like a natural flavour for our first drop, fruity flavour for the and then we kind of went with the candy flavour for the pump. See here, like the tub is a bit shorter because the nootropic is just smaller in terms of volume for the product, so it's a slightly smaller jar. Yeah, same style. And then this one's going to be like contrasting metallic. So the metallic's going to be on the god. So he will pop product really nicely. Because obviously it just kind of mixed together for him to be metallic. And then the high build, I've actually slightly forgotten. He's either high build, I think he's high build and reflective, pretty sure. So he's going to be like just crazy popping off there. And then we'll just switch. And then styling's very similar. So we've gone with the same bros just to kind of create that awareness when peer products, they start to just get familiar with the GYMBROs are. So we use the same GYMBROs there, and then pretty much everything other than some of the wording and ingredients are the same. So looking pretty good.
Should we get into
I don't know
the
about you guys, but I'm damn excited.
Oh yeah, we'll get into the ingredients, Miz. We'll share with everyone. So a lot of like pumps and pre-workouts, they'll kind of do a pump pre-workout, but then they'll have nootropic stuff in it. For us, with all the research we did, we realized there's not really products that really just go all out on just the pump, and then same with the nootropic. So it's usually like if you're seeing a product with pump stuff in it, they've put less pump stuff in it to put some nootropic in there as well. Our decision, guys, we wanted to do 2 separate ones so we could just go all out and just stack insane ingredients into each one, so that we've just got a top tier pump formula and then a completely top tier nootropic as well. So we're going to give you guys an ingredient breakdown on all the ingredients and just basically give you guys some education on that. And you guys will see like how legit these products are. So yeah, we've gone super legit with this and got some insane ingredients in here with some really good dosages and very high quality product as well. Because we want something that when people take it, they're just like, holy shit, not only does this taste insane, it's actually just got top quality ingredients. A big thing for us too was to keep our ingredient panel completely open on the back with no proprietary blends, so that everyone can see everything they're getting when they're purchasing. So we think this is going to be really big for the supplement uptake.
Yeah, for sure. We wanted our products, people to look at them and compare them and know that these are competitive, if not better than most of the products out there. We didn't want it to be like gimmicky or anything like that. It actually had really high quality ingredient panels. So because we know like people are getting more and more educated about this stuff. The more that come out in social media and stuff like that. Like it's not hard to compare products. So we know people are going to do that. So balance right with ingredients, but I'll take you through just the label. So on the left, for us, obviously it's a pump formula, so it's important that we have like the nitric ox boosters, flow nutrient delivery, stuff like that. People are used to seeing that, in their pump formula, but then we wanted a really solid set of B vitamins because they are super important for energy production, immune and cellular health, as it says here, and then also throw on top of that the natural fruit extracts being the beetroot and the pomegranate, which also are known to help with your those same things, blood flow, nutrient deficiency, stuff like that. So covering 3 solid bases there with the ingredient panel, and then both of them are going to have story of GYMBROs here, and it's just got that intro that you guys have all read before. Humans have discovered Earth's entrance to the hyperbolic time, and hopefully anyone who has watched Dragon Ball Z will know what the hyperbolic time chamber is. But if not, you can just scan this QR code right here, so you guys can probably even just scan that now if you want. But that'll take you to the GYMBROs NFT page. Obviously, to start, most of the buyers are going to be you guys. But as we grow this, planning to onboard a lot from the Web2 space, just paying full price for this. So that's going to be their first introduction to what GYMBROs is right there. And I think most people would eventually scan that. They've got this tub sitting around and they're using it every day. So we're then going to update the GYMBROs NFT main homepage just to be a lot clearer about what GYMBROs is and have that more geared towards, people in the Web2 space that don't know about NFTs. Just so when they scan that, they get taken there and it's super clear about, all the benefits of owning a GYMBRO. And I think we can be a little bit better there, educating the Web2 people. So
Yeah,
I think
100%.
that'll get a lot of use.
And
We can also,
I was gonna just
we can also track this. We can track the numbers that go through this QR code because it's like dynamic. So it's got like you can check its stats and shit.
Yeah, so good. And I was just going to jump in there and just say, yeah, we've got a really awesome idea, which we're going to be running on the supplement website, which we're going to be trying to bring people in as holders through a Web2 style like membership that they can buy, which is essentially them buying a membership to get the 40% off the supplements, but not so much making it about NFTs. And then once they purchase that membership to get all their discounts, we're going to be educating them in the back end by sending them an email, setting up their MetaMask, and just getting them a GYMBROs NFT, which we'll be sweeping off the floor with the membership price. For us with the subs, we think this is going to be huge and probably our biggest thing for onboarding new community members into here as well, into the Discord. And we're really going to just treat it as such, like the subs have such a big crossover to the NFT, to the GYMBROs NFTs, as opposed to our clothing brand. So yeah, like we're really excited with these subs. We know we can bring a lot more people into the GYMBROs community here and actually owning the NFTs in a way that doesn't feel like they don't understand. Currently in the market we're in, a lot of people don't really understand NFTs. They've seen a lot of them fail, be nothing, just be little images that don't do anything. So we're gonna we've come up with some ways where we're gonna bring people in just on like a membership base, and they think they purchase that, and then on the back end, we're gonna send them like a video about the whole GYMBROs ecosystem, what the NFTs are, and how they can come into the Discord as well once we set their MetaMask up and send them a bro. So it should be awesome.
Yeah, 100%. You said the beauty of that is we really don't say anything about the NFT, and just make it all about, hey, I really want that discount because I'm buying this already. I'm just going to get that membership because it makes sense. And then, after that, bring in everything NFT related. So, we want to be, because we kind of already are like just trying to, I guess, pioneer in the space of crossing, Web2, e-com and like Web3 NFTs, and it's tricky. But, with this, we really wanted to make sure doing everything we can to be that project. We didn't want to be this. So we think this can be huge for us. And we kind of feel like it's the only way to go, just because of the wrap that NFTs have outside of the community. So, and even just crypto in general, even though it's in a nice bounce now, we just aren't generally retail. So people they're just not into crypto, let alone NFT right now. So for us, but cool.
100%. New topic. Let's get her out. Oh, are we going to go through the actual ingredients, Miz, or just a skim over?
Let's. We'll go through. I mean, you guys, the panel here, so you guys can obviously look into the ingredients a bit more if you like. But we'll just quickly go through. So you guys have obviously already seen. So it's a 1 and 2 scoop kind of option. So it's going to be 40 serves of the 1 scoop or 20 serves of the 2 scoops, which is pretty much all of your at least all of your pumps. On the market, that's the way they're at the moment. So still, if you're double scooping, which most people are going to be, you're still going to get about a month out of your pre. It's 20 serves every single day and whatnot. So it's still a month there, and it's good to have the 1 scoop option just for people that are new or trying it for the first time or not sure what their tolerance is, or they're we laughed earlier, or they're smaller. They're small.
Must be funny for a big guy like you, Miz.
Man, I'm small now. Don't worry about me.
Keen to see that.
At 6 months off.
Keen to see that shoulder press challenge tomorrow.
Yeah, no, I'm keen to give that a go. I'll struggle, but no, I'm keen. Anyway, that's how the servings work. Like all pumps, like all pre's, super low calorie, virtually negligent with calories. Non-stim, obviously, so you're not going to get any caffeine, not going to come down or crash afterward. But if we just get into the ingredients, you guys can see. So, literally mail it. So, Just quickly on that, so you've got L-citrulline or you've got citrulline malate. We went with the malate because it is found to be a bit better. I think it's malic acid, but could be wrong. Pretty sure that's right. It just helps absorption of the citrulline, so it's found to be the better of the two. Kind of like I guess it's L-citrulline 2.0. One of the things with that is you need to take it half an hour before working out. So that is our suggested use down here. We've got consume 30 prior to your first set. So you want to give it a good half an hour to get system. Probably the one thing where we know that a lot of products for 3600 as like a to the range kind of beta-alanine dosage, but because this is a non-stim, we didn't want it to have just that hectic skin itch to it, which you're going to get with 3600. But still, that is within beta-alanine. So we wanted to keep, that was just a decision we made that I think kind of fits in with the kind of non-stim purpose product. So 2400 beta-alanine, trimethylglycine, which is actually betaine. Actually, I didn't talk about these things too, but to be honest, they're all pretty much to do with consolidation, so widening of blood, increasing blood flow, getting more oxygen to the muscle so you can get more nutrients to the muscle, which is just going to help, obviously, with the pump, feel a lot more blood and fullness in the muscle, but it's also going to help you with fatigue and between sets, so you're going to get, hopefully get more endurance, get some more reps out, some more strength, to just go over all that. So they all are kind of contributing towards that. Each of them are obviously nitrosogene, so 1500 milligrams serve of that. That's their recommended serving or dosage. That's a somewhat of a newish product. It's not in a lot of pre, so we think that gives a good edge. So nitrosogene for us, that's on the front there. It's kind of like the first thing that we mentioned. What we got? Agmatine. You see that in a lot of pre's. Again, blood flow, nutrient delivery. And then we've got our pomegranate and beetroot. Pretty solid servings of those. I have seen those, dosages. I have seen those in other pre's. They're never that high. So we got a really good dosage of those two. Potassium, sodium, and then our vitamin B complex, so B3, B6, B9, B12. Again, they're super important to your energy production, also good for your immune function, also like efficiency and use of converting energy. You need vitamin B, it's super important. Obviously, you can get that from foods. You might, for some people, they might get enough in those vitamin areas. It's actually and they're going to feel they have energy. I think it's cool on that complex. And that is our ingredient panel, guys.
Feel free to screenshot.
Yeah, screenshot and let us know. I think for a first product, it's really good. It's insane. I don't think many people are going to look at that and be like, oh, panel shit.
Yeah, done so well. Such a good formula. Epic. Well, nootropic. Should we break down the nootropic?
We shall. Yeah, it's keen to see what you guys think.
Yeah, obviously a lot of stuff to take in, guys, with the amount of ingredients. But again, I'm sure the screenshots will be going around, and you guys can do a bit of research if you're interested. But yeah, we've made sure these products are insane. So nootropic, my favorite product. This stuff is actually insane, guys.
This stuff is literally the best. The thing about this, and like the more I kind of read up on it and started to understand it, like I didn't know what, to be honest, before we started this endeavor. But yeah, the more I read up on it, like a lot of this stuff people take every day, and it's not just for a temporary boost in brain function. It's actually stuff that people are taking to get long-term benefit. Because it's basically helping you fuel your brain, some of these ingredients. So, I mean, I ain't no scientist, but that's what the science tells us. Research these things.
Bro science, Miz.
Bro science, exactly, right? That's what we do here. But yeah, so it's cool. Like I'll probably, I know you. So we got, this is actually stim-free, guys, which we'll talk a bit more about with ingredients. But again, stim-free, so it's not going to give you any tiredness or crash later on in the day. And it's also geared towards like just work out heaps of. So we're going to try and gear this towards even like gamers, if you're studying, exams coming up, or even if you just want to get like a study session in. It's going to help you, it's going to help you focus, get your brain working. So it can really be used for a lot of stuff, pretty much anything when you need to focus. So kind of opens the door for, not just like influences that are gym related, bodybuilding kind of stuff. You can also take some other routes there. So that's cool. So we just like mention it in here, whether you're an athlete, student, entrepreneur, or simply someone who wants to get the most out of yourself, this nootropic is the solution. Yeah, story of GYMBROs. It's the same as the pump. Then we go over here to ingredients. Yeah, so very similar labeling to the pump. We're just highlighting kind of like our big boy ingredients here. And through these, again, super low cal, 14 calories per serve. Yeah, this is just a single. You don't have a 1 and 2 dosages, just a single 7 grams. 30 serves of the single. All right, zoom in here. So glycine, again, a lot of these are mental cognition kind of things. They're going to help with brain energy, and putting you in a good mood, improving your mental state just so you can focus a bit better. And that's ultimately what glycine is for. You got tyrosine, which is assisting with dopamine, adrenaline production, and then just improving brain function and energy levels. Acetyl L-carnitine is a big one. So this is boosting brain energy and focus. But I think you see like L-carnitine in a lot of burners. It's pretty common, but there's a big difference to the acetyl L-carnitine because this is something that they found is able to actually brain barrier. So it's been one of the more studied and one of the ones that they found really good results with in terms of just improving brain function and focus, energy levels, etc. So that's a really good ingredient to have in your nootropic. Alpha GPC is one that you'll see a lot. That's a really good. This is a really good product. Improves cognitive performance, but it also helps with physical performance. So you're going to see it in even like a lot of pump products and high stim products too. Just any kind of workout gives you that physical and mental performance. So I mean, it's just in any pre really. But again, well dosed. The Bacopa one is a mushroom. Pretty certain. Might know. Pretty certain that's mushroom, and then also reishi mushroom as well. And then we got cordyceps fungus. Well, actually, they use that heaps in Chinese medicine. It's like something that they'll drink literally every day because they found such good health benefits related to it. But it's also good for stress and concentration and whatnot. The cordyceps, so that's a natural increaser of ATP, which is super important for anything to do with the muscles, the main driver, the main fuel for your muscles. That's actually really good for physical performance. So super cool for if you're going to stack this out, you're going to get a lot of it as well. Coffee berry. So this was a Neurofactor, but Neurofactor, they sold the naming right to, you can't name Neurofactor anymore, but it's the same product. They just have to, now it's coffee berry. But yeah, same thing. So this is the extract coffee berry before kind of where I fully know how it works, but basically generally the caffeine extraction you lose. Generally caffeine, when you extract just getting caffeine, you're not getting any of the bits associated. It's actually a berry. So coffee berry is the extraction and you keep all of the good stuff. So it's got all the antioxidants found to be really good for, it's kind of like crazy when you research it. They're saying there's shit in there that's, fighting cancer effects. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Obviously it's probably not dosage in terms of that's something that it does, but yeah, it's got a lot of good stuff, coffee berry. And I think I was listening to, and he's got his Zoa energy drink, so they also use the coffee berry as well instead of just straight caffeine in their energy drink. They've also started using coffee berry, so I'm actually seeing it now, alternative caffeine. And also the interesting thing with that is there's no requirement to list caffeine. Does keep as non-stim, but there is actually technically caffeine in coffee, which is quite interesting. Confuses. That's the and you'll find that's considered that have coffee berry. There's still non-stim, no caffeine products. So hey, interesting one. Anyway, and then we got Huperzine Serrata, which is your Huperzine A, which is a really good product as for function and just overall brain health. Another one that you actually see pretty commonly in nootropics product. So guys, pretty epic concoction of stuff there, and in the mood to do whatever you need to do.
Very good. I want to recap all that. So, Miz, you've done a really good job of going into that. We didn't want to give you guys too much detail on each ingredient in particular. We want to try and keep it pretty simple to understand at the moment. We will, upon quest, look on providing more detail each ingredient down the line. Obviously, we just want to make sure you guys understand. We focus on the transparency of this product and want to make sure you guys are getting each supplement. But we do want to make sure it's an easy to understand degree, so provide you with information.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, once we launch these guys, we're actually going to have a ingredient breakdown on the website. which is basically summaries of every single one and just short format sentences. So you'll be able to see exactly what everything does. And anyone you come in to purchase, it's all broken down there as well.
Yeah, I think especially as nootropics are kind of like a new product, getting pretty popular. But yeah, I think like even for me, like I did a nootropic 12 months ago. So yeah, it's cool to come in and be like, oh, we're there for them.
Yeah, definitely a growing market. Our guys who are organising all our sup manufacturing for us, we're having some good chats with them, and they were saying how much the nootropic market's just seriously been growing at the moment. And you've probably noticed too, you probably start seeing a bit more things around online, especially with the mushrooms as well. Mushrooms and the benefits of the fungus and all that, like the cordyceps. Definitely it's growing a lot in the popularity. And yeah, they have a huge effect. Like they're actually super solid ingredients just for your overall brain health as well. So not just your focus like at any given time, but just for your overall brain health, really good ingredients. So
and I just want to premise as well, I don't think we have to explain to you guys that are listening in, we're all pretty much have been taking supplements for probably quite some time. Again, when it comes to taking new supplements and whatnot, it is always good to be conscious of your first time using it. Some people might have a slightly varied experience depending on your tolerance to certain ingredients. Some people have a far more exceeding reaction to the beta-alanine than some others. So, definitely keep that in mind when we do drop these. We're always open to feedback.
Yeah, don't be going too crazy, fam.
We want to hear what you guys are experiencing. Yeah. As much as you think you're like, oh, I can 3-scoop this. Let's not.
Yes.
Yeah, well said.
Yeah, no, good shit.
Even,
So, sorry, Miz, you go.
Or even, Elbro, so he said tyrosine can cause a crash. So, I mean, it's good to know, man. Like, we trialing these products, we didn't really feel it, but definitely may. Well, so yeah, again, like it'll be cool to get everyone's feedback on how they go as well. Being our first release, we're keen just to see what you guys think.
Yeah,
good and bad. I'm sure we're all gonna have slightly different experiences. So
yeah, keen to see what you guys think. So obviously we get all the feedback in the Discord, everything. Yeah.
I guess the main question that everyone's going to be asking now is when.
When, yeah, exactly. We'll go over pricing first. So with pricing, guys, we're going to be pricing these at $79.95, and after your GYMBRO discount, you're going to be getting these products for $48 each. So yeah, pretty like substantial if you're someone who's buying pre-workout every month. And for new people coming in, definitely a big sell there on that discount. We're looking into price ranges. We've done a lot of research on certain products in the market. The cheaper pre-workouts seem to be around the $69.95, and then you'll get ones around $79.95 or $89 or $99.95 for like some of the top ones. We compared our products to a lot of the $69.95 ones, and we believe that we've got a better panel of high quality ingredients that a few of them are missing. But yeah, if you own a GYMBRO, you're going to be getting these for $48 each. And we're also going to be doing, I think, free shipping over $150, Miz, which is cool, which is something that we haven't been able to do with the clothing just yet. But with the subs, we're going to make sure we get free shipping over $150.
Yeah, super. Yeah, we're super excited to actually just give the free shipping over $150 because we know it's a bit of a pain point for buying online. I think, if we really want to be competitive, we need to offer subs.
Yeah.
So,
and
we're keen to just, I think 150 is good for us. So, I don't think people have an issue spending 150 at 2 months worth 1 month.
Hell yeah. So, I guess then now the next question is when. So, Miz, do you want to just give a quick breakdown on that? We're behind our initial targets with, I think we said a mid-April launch initially. Any numbers that any dates that we've given is just what we've been relayed to by our manufacturers. We did have an extra 2 weeks in their sampling, which took longer than expected because we resampled the flavors after changing some of the ingredients just to make sure they still tasted good. And with the label manufacturing as well, I think that's maybe gone another 2 weeks. It just took longer than what we were initially told it was going to take. So I'd say we're probably looking around mid-May? So it's basically a month behind our initial mid-April projection.
Yeah, mid-May. Mid-May gives us a good amount of time by then.
Um,
So yeah, I mean, it's not too far away. We're in April next week.
Yeah.
So, let's go.
right there. I saw a question too about having the SUPs and the clothing on the same website. They're actually going to be two completely different websites. We're trying to keep the brands, the umbrella brands, separate. Obviously, all under the same umbrella with as GYMBROs companies, but they're going to be on two different websites. With the logistics, we're still sorting out our 3PL. We still might end up using our current clothing one, but because the discount codes are different, so it's a 40% off on subs and then 50% off on clothing, we can't run them on the same website, and we do want to keep those brands separate as well. But yeah, like we we're saying with the subs, we believe that this one, and we're going to really make sure of it as well, that we generate a lot of interest to the NFTs in terms of actually bringing on new holders with our membership incentives. Just because it's such an easy crossover with our clothing, we've definitely noticed it's very separate to the NFT. Like if you saw any of the GYMBROs pieces, unless it's a free claim or a graffiti tee, you wouldn't know it's got anything to do with the GYMBROs NFTs. With the subs, obviously it's the complete opposite. We've utilized all our art through it, and we're just excited for people to have a physical product as well that represents like the GYMBROs NFTs. Because if you're here, you're obviously passionate about the collection like we are, like all the art and the collectibles. So to be able to get that on a physical product, we're just so excited for this, and we're going to really just push it out.
Yeah, 100%. Cam.
Albro said branded protein shakers and whatnot. Miz, you want to show them some previews? I've seen a couple of people asking about shakers.
All time. Let me flick it over. Yeah, so we're going to have shakers.
Of course we got shakers, fam. What are you talking about?
One of our cards we're going to have schemes. These have the rounded bottom, so you don't get the clumping in the corners. And yeah, they're pretty standard, but they're nice. So we're going to have two clear and then one out. Wanted to definitely have some clear ones because the color of our they're really nice visually. So we want people to be able to see that when they mix them up in the shaker. But yeah, so we're going to have those, and we're going to have hats as well, just to start with. So we're going to have a nice merchy piece available to purchase, but also we're going to be running a free hat for the first 50 over X amount. You guys know in due course going to be. But yeah, so we're going to have shakers and hats on the side.
Oh yeah. Mez, I think you might need to plug the AUX cord in a little bit. Getting a bit of fuzz come through. I heard you good though. I'm hearing you good, just a little bit of fuzz.
Okay. Bear with me.
Or maybe you're just like rubbing your mouth on the mic or something.
Could be. I put it super close to my mouth because you guys say you can't hear me.
Brent, you know it wouldn't be a GYMBROs AMA without Miz and some mic troubles.
Yeah, we do it just for the lols, really. Hopefully that's better.
I think so. Alrighty. What is next on the schedule, Miz? Or do we have more to talk about with the subs? Was there a couple more points?
Yeah, a couple more. So just in terms of new products, so we're already formulating new products. So obviously in addition to our existing two, because we really want to continually be growing this. So we want to just kind of be ahead of the game. So we're going to be finalising those and getting samples as soon as we can. Hopefully we'll have all before we even first products market, so that we've got products coming in a couple months after that. So it's cool. We're trying to stay ahead of the game there. In time we'll let you guys know what products are. I'm sure you can guess one pretty obvious, or maybe not. What else we got? Yeah, we kind of talked about the onboarding already. Our plans for onboarding the Web2 people. I think just important to note about how we're going to go about marketing freeze, kind of up to the launch, and then just so I'll let you talk about that things you just go.
Yeah, sweet, bro. So one thing that we're going to be doing big with the subs and our new clothing drop as well. We're going to be doing some big giveaways on our social medias. When we initially launched GYMBROs, giveaways were a big part of driving a lot of eyeballs and attention to our social pages and our products. We're going to be we're doing a few giveaways with the GYMBROs Labs account, and then also through the GYMBROs account as well. I'll be also personally I'm going to be running a lot more content on my social platforms moving forward. Because essentially I'm a brand ambassador to everything we've got here. So I'm going to be using my socials a lot more. And I'll also run some separate giveaways on my socials because I've got a solid community of, people who are invested in my life for so many years and maybe haven't made the crossover into the GYMBROs ecosystem because of the NFT crypto barrier. We've got a lot of people who know what GYMBROs are, but again, there is that barrier there. So I think the subs is going to be a big one for bridging that, and it's just a super easy product to. It's like an exciting product to be able to push and bring people in that way for sure. And then same goes for all our brands, like the NFTs and stuff as well. You guys know, like this last kind of couple of months, it seemed a bit like we're in a bit of a lull in terms of publicly showing things. We have been in a big transitioning phase, like waiting on a lot of things, sampling a lot of things. And it is that thing, like we don't want to show too much so that when the stuff's ready to get launched, it's like you guys already saw it months ago. So we've just been trying to find that balance of what we can show. But I think these last couple of weeks, it's become pretty clear that we want to go a bit harder on our social medias in terms of just showing the behind the scenes of the businesses and us building the businesses and trying to build a bit more in public, I think, which is you're seeing a lot of the big brands these days, they're building in public, they've got all behind the scenes kind of stuff, what's happening, getting shared on TikToks, on Instagram Reels, YouTube stories, all that. And what we've got is so fucking awesome. And we're gonna start doing a lot more of that. So yeah, it's gonna be very cool, guys. And even with my following, I know a few people have been annoyed that I haven't been pushing GYMBROs as much through my followings. I was trying to kind of separate myself from GYMBROs in terms of it having to like rely on my following or anything like that and keep it separate. But the more I kind of realized, I'm like, holy shit, like, I want to go hard and rep for GYMBROs and be a key person of influence, like a lot of these big brands you're seeing are having. I've seen as well, like a lot of people that are usually behind the scenes have just started coming out in front of the camera and getting on socials, because it is just a no-brainer to just blow up businesses these days. They're not about those faceless businesses anymore. People want to see who's behind the brands. And you guys know me, Miz, Mux, like, like we're behind the shit. We're proud of it. And, like you guys in the Discord know us, but maybe in terms of, people outside that, we want to show a lot more of that, of who we are, what we're doing here, what our mission is. And, we're going to be doing some big pushes on socials with content. So yeah, we've been coming up with plans, for that to actually execute on deliverables, as a team. So yeah, you guys are going to be seeing a lot more of us on the socials.
Awesome, thanks, bro. Yeah, good shit. And just like specifically in relation to the subs, you're going to see a push closer to the actual launch date. The thing is with the subs, like it's quite hard to sell the subs to the general public for the product live, and even we've got in mind that know that we're coming out, but they can't really get on board and help us with initial launch because they haven't even tried the product. So it's hard for them, we don't really want to even get them in the position where they're pushing a product tried to their audience. So our initial job is going to be mainly our holders and our organic socials. But once we have the product, then we can actually start getting it guys that we and start forming, do some stuff with them to start to get familiar with their brand, do some paid stuff. We've got some cool ideas and potentially someone who's keen to do a collab, and we want to do as many collabs as we can over time, so that's something we're going to be doing. But again, we need the product to be out so they can obviously try it first, and we know they're going to froth.
Yeah, 100%. And like that's the thing too. Like with any good brands, like when the products are good and the customers and people purchasing love it, that's how brands grow. It's making really good products. And we've definitely done that with the subs, and we just cannot wait for you guys to get these in your hands, honestly. And then, moving into, like, we're going to talk about our next clothing drops and stuff next. One big thing we noticed, and it's become pretty, like, apparent, our first clothing drops, you guys know, they're, like, tonal embroidery. Oh, are we ready to move into clothing, Miz?
Yeah, I think so. That was it.
I just full transitioned into it. But, our first drop, guys, like, if you own some of the gears, like, obviously it's sick gear. But so much of it is very minimalistic and low key with the logos. Not even in terms of like the sizing and stuff like that. Well, some of the sizing, but it's all like, tonal embroideries, tonal prints. So we've definitely realized that in terms of creating a presence, and especially for social media conversion, in terms of getting new people on board, it's been hard to get brand awareness with the clothing brand because all our logos are so subtle. So we've definitely taken that on board. While our clothing products are amazing, like obviously if you guys own some, But we're definitely going to be doing a big push with branding of GYMBROs, just through as simple as just having logos that are actually contrasting to the color of the shirt or the shorts they're on. So yeah, moving forward, like with our next drop, we're not going to show you guys anything because we don't want to take away from when we actually drop it, and you guys to see it too early. But yeah, we've got a lot bigger logos with branding, not like huge logos. A couple of pieces we have some bigger ones.
Some are pretty big.
Oh yeah, on the back. Oh, I won't say too much. So yeah, we got.
Yeah.
But they're just fucking sick shirts. Like some of our shirts we're dropping. Like I've been wearing a few samples of things, and every friend that I see in person is just like, "Holy shit, what's that shirt? It's fucking sick," you know. So yeah, we're definitely and even Mendoza, when we shot some content with him a few months back, and he's just like, "Bro, these shirts are insane. Like, can I wear these on my socials?" And I was like, "No, you can't. Sorry, bro, because we're a few months out from getting them." So, and again, we don't want to show you guys stuff too early or get it out to people before it's ready to buy. So, yeah, we've been sampling like crazy. We've got a few different supplier options these days, because what we've found as well, like through sampling with a lot of suppliers, everyone's got different strengths and weaknesses. So yeah, it became apparent we needed to find some new suppliers to test different cottons and stuff like that. Like when you're dealing with shirts, shorts, all that, all the cotton blends, like they'll say they're like 180 GSM, but you can literally sample them from 5 different people and they're 180 GSM and they're completely different shirts, every single one. So yeah, we've just been just doing a lot of sampling and that's been taking a little bit of time, but we're finally good with some new blocks and some new materials and fabrics which we've been testing, just because like we know that's important. With our brands, we're going for more of a premium quality on the brands. So yeah, we've just been working hard there, guys, and just thinking as well, like, social media is so important these days. Even when you see stuff in the gym, like if you can't see the logo, you don't know what it is, We're doing a bit of stuff with Mendoza and obviously with all the tonal embroidery, like a lot of the stuff you couldn't even see was, he's filming a lot of vids and you can't even see like that it's GYMBROs because you can't read the logo at all. So yeah, that's definitely some stuff which we've changed moving forward, because we just want to just get the GYMBROs out there, So definitely be excited for this next drop. It's got some fucking epic shit.
Yeah, it's quite expensive too. We've got cool shit coming.
What did you say?
I said it's quite expensive.
I thought you said it's quite expensive, bro. Yeah, fam.
I mean, I'm kind of with Freeze. I thought you said expensive. I'm like, oh, damn, okay.
Like, Ms. Hang on, what, bro?
We just jacked up the price because it's got big logos.
You're just competing with Gucci now, guys,
Yeah.
Yeah,
but no, we got like what should I say? Range.
Yeah, big range.
Yeah, heaps of different stuff. So.
Actually, just real quick, Miz, sorry, I just want to address Billy in the chat. He just said, what about the lettering on the Winter League shirts? I've noticed that they're falling off. That's one thing, Billy, with those shirts. It's actually not the quality of the print as such. It's actually the lightness of the cotton. So we sampled all the prints, and when you actually print them on thicker cotton, they don't get bent, so they don't get tampered with. But with that shirt, because it was such a lower GSM, because we were trying to get more of like something to wear in the gym and be more breathable, we went a bit too thin on the cotton comparatively with the big print, so that there are cracks in it. So that is one thing we have noticed. So just wanted to just bring that up while I just saw that comment there, bro. We're definitely we're taking the feedback from that for sure. Back to you, Miz.
Yeah, nice. I was just gonna say we got you guys waiting for those tight fit tees. They're looking really good, super comfy, so I hope you're keen on those. Dropping a bunch of colours too, so yeah, keen to get that out, but I just want to also touch back on, J-Mac said, is the goal to get the subs in the sub stores? Definitely in time. I think one of the main things though in the stores is you have to prove to them that your product is moving and that people are buying it. Because at the end of the day, like if they're going to take up shelf space, they want to know that your product's going to sell, so we just need get a bit of traction with the online stuff, with the online sales, and then obviously we can start approaching some stores to get in on some shelves, which would be really cool to see.
Yeah, definitely. And we've kind of all got connections with people who own supplement stores as well. Like I know a few people who actually own sub stores, and we know a few people who work in sub stores who actually are GYMBROs holders as well. So it's definitely an option down the line. But yeah, we just need to make sure just to start with, we just got to start exclusive to the website and just create that brand awareness for everything we're doing on social media and all that to get to a point where we're a good pull for a sub store to even consider that we're going to sell on shelves, because it is a competitive market in there, so but definitely would love to see that for the brand, definitely. But then you wouldn't be able to use, I mean, it'll be good for other people, but you couldn't use your GYMBROs discount in a store, so there's that. But in terms of overall brand awareness, it's still works in your audience if it's good product. And
yeah, for sure. Cool. Well, I think we've covered off. Yeah, so that's subs is already covered off, and then that's probably it for club. I don't think there's anything else to cover.
Yeah, I just seen Arcosian just jumped in the chat. Did I miss the price point on subs? So for our subs, bro, we're going $79.95, and as a GYMBROs holder, you'll get for $48 for each item.
It's nice.
Tenson wants us to sponsor him for his Twitch streams, bro. What kind of views you pulling in, Tenson? We'll let you can. Yeah.
This is where it becomes a public negotiation.
It's going to go down in the DM, apparently. I'll check the DMs, bro.
All right, are we moving forward?
Yes, sir. Let's move forward. So, yeah, they're the big things we wanted to cover off tonight, guys. Claim, subs, and then just to touch on Chloe. But we also want to touch on a couple of updates just on where we're at with the gym. And then we'll also do a quick Queens as well. Livery, thank you very much. Sorry, guys. Needed a drink.
Cheeky delivery.
This is where everyone says, thanks, Nads.
Thank you, Nads.
Keeping our boy hydrated.
Yeah, cool. Gotta stay hydrated. No, I'm terrible at drinking water, man. I need to get better.
This is where we all drop a GB Labs hydration supplement.
And I'll never drink water again.
Yeah, something like that.
Now, I'm keen to know what you guys think of hydration supplements. Because, I mean, they're popular, but sometimes they're not overly useful, but I think they can be. Use them at the right time. So, anyway, Kevo says Bundy Coke or what? Nah, just water tonight. It's a Wednesday. Bundy and Coke for years.
Bundy and Coke. That sounds so fucking Aussie.
It's true.
It is very Aussie. It is a very Aussie drink.
Yes. You don't drink it on a quiet night, that's for sure. Cool.
Yes, and just to confirm as well that all the pricing is in AUD.
NZ dollar's not too bad though, is it? Extra like 10%. Just see Narcosian there.
Yeah, I think it's like 9% or something. $7.
It's alright. The worst is USD. God, it's literally like 50% more.
Yeah, it's
a lot of the stuff we deal with is USD.
Yeah, it's different to 2 years ago. It was a bit different.
Yeah, well, I wasn't doing too much then,
The valuable USD backed by nothing. Don't get the crypto boys started.
Here we go. We're down the rabbit hole.
Yeah, we don't have enough time for that.
All right. Moving on with schedule, fam.
Yeah, let's pick up momentum.
Good to have you here, Josh. So
line.
someone needs to. So the next is the gym. So just want to give an update on that. I think like on our last bi-weekly update, 2 updates ago, I'm not sure. I think we just reaffirmed our position, on the gym and where we're at with that. I did see some comments just about, is there a chance that the gym will never get built? And not in our eyes. So that's not something that's changed. The gym is still 100% something that is a huge part of the project. It's just right now, as we've said so far, nothing's really changed. Just right now we've got conditions working against us, which is crypto, but it's also our local market in terms of real estate. And that was reaffirmed when we had our meeting consultants. So these guys were sitting there with, the ability to potentially sell us, $500,000 equipment, which was kind of the main reason we met with. We ended up just having a read of the market and what they're seeing, and the struggles that people are going through with leasing at the moment. It's just super risky. So, which I think is fine given we are waiting already on the market. You guys know our position on that. The thing is, in the meantime, we've got something that's absolutely massive, being the subs. Really step in, bring us the same amount, if more demand in the meantime, while we wait for those other things to sort themselves out. Really, I guess you could say lucky, you could say whatever. It's just really fortunate as a project, as a community, we've got something as massive as the subs to keep us going in the meantime and add utility to the bros and bring a lot of demand in. and we think we can bring huge numbers of people subs. We think they could be massive. We're just super pumped about that. And then just to let the conditions for the gym kind of just sort themselves and focus on everything that we got going on here, which is going on. So yeah, that update was just, it probably caused a little bit of speculation and fight and whatnot, but really it was just reaffirming our position. And it was good to see some guys very much in that industry and understand the market and to kind of get opinion on it. It was cool that they actually spoke. We did have a personal connection to one of them, which was had an honest discussion with them instead of, them just trying to sell us, equipment. Instead, we just had a really good discussion, how it's all going to work and what the current conditions are. So, yeah, I just wanted to touch on that and let you guys know that, nothing's changed in terms of our long-term vision for the project and the gym. It's just right now we're still just waiting for conditions to improve. It's a two-way thing now. It's crypto and it's the current rental market on the coast.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Yeah. And just to jump in there as well, guys, it's like, obviously the gym will be such a huge thing for our collection. But it's also the thing that could wipe us out completely if we don't do it right, So yeah, again, we kind of do need conditions to be met on both terms of Ethereum, obviously going back up to initial projections, and then also timing in the market as well, which we do. Again, we've got these consultants; they're pretty on the ball with kind of what's happening in terms of all the gyms and the markets there with leasing options as well. They're a gym. They do a lot of gym equipment. They actually own I think it's actually like one of the biggest gym equipment suppliers in Australia, Amers. Yeah. So, massive company, like literally multi-million dollar company. But yeah, we had a meeting with them and, just because we got a personal connection, which was, awesome. And yeah, they just gave us the rundown and, we're like, we talked about a few options, but, again, it's just pretty apparent, like, just currently in the foreseeable future, we need to work on what we can control and what we can build and just try bring as much value to the NFTs as we can. We do have the gym fund. We don't touch that. It's just there sitting for obviously when we do the gym when the time's right. But yeah, JMax said, what ETH price would be the goal for the gym to smoothly be built? Again, bro, it just depends on the condition of the real estate market as well. So it's hard to put a price on because it can both vary. Hamers.
Yeah, it starts to change it just changes, like you said, there's different in relation to the gym. Like you start playing with size, you start playing with location, and that just kind of changes everything up. So yeah, it really does depend on the commercial market, because you can easily blow $1 million in a year if you're going into a huge facility where you need 4+ car parks, and then you need to obviously staff it. You need to do everything else, all your overheads. You can easily rip through. If your lease is 400K, you can 700 a year run it. Probably more. That's probably conservative. So really need to know. It is dependent as well on the market, the rental market, largely, not just the price. So yeah, Kojin says this was all known surely post the gym to be. Well, things were different back then, and they were honestly very, very different. You take initial predictions and you take the market. They were just completely different. This is like, you're talking now like even just like nearby, an F45 closing down because their landlords almost up their rent, and your gyms. So these are guys that have just small gyms that they're operating, also having to shut up shop at least. It's just not sustainable to go into a 7-year lease, 60-70%. That's not what their original, that's not what their budget is based on and their business plan is based on. So yeah, it's really tough. Things are just very different from when we initially launched on both sides, and commercial markets. So yeah, I mean, at the moment we just wait and we focus on building what we can build. Right now that's things subs, and then Queens, another ecosystem in itself. So we're still very busy and we got heaps to focus on. And we know that with the gym ready when the time comes.
Yeah, 100%.
Don't know if you got anything else to freeze, but I know there's some AMA questions surrounding the gym too, so we can touch back on those when we get there.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, if you don't have anything else to add, we can move on.
Queens next.
Yeah. So Queens, again, position hasn't necessarily changed, so we're just waiting. It's going to be after subs. I think you kind of explained this really well, Breeze. I'll let you.
Yeah, so with the Queens guys, we again we've seen the market change so much to when we minted out, and we've really just been. It's become very apparent if we're going to release these, they need to be good. We need to have a full community behind it. These just can't be something that we just drop and then completely dilutes the value of the GYMBROs collection. We've seen so many NFT collections do airdrops because it was the thing to do, and literally they just tanks not only the airdrop itself but also the initial NFT collection as well, just due to the association. With subs, it's been a big one for us building that. Essentially, we have like basically 3 startups at the moment. You know, we got the clothing brands, the supplements, and then the Queens as well is going to be its own ecosystem. And it's a lot of work. So we're trying to get everything up and running with the subs and trying to get ahead in that regard. And when we do the Queens, which will be sometime after the supplement release, we haven't actually put a date on it, just purely due to the fact that when we do it, we need to be able to comfortably 100% commit to going just extremely hard on the gym Queens and have everything else in order first with the supplements and the clothing, which we are like slowly getting there. So, you know, we're building a lot of new systems, and you know, it's just been a big job with like essentially 3 startups in the works. Yeah, like with the Queens, we want them to be successful, guys. So we know the biggest way to make sure the Queens is successful is to be able to show people with how successful GYMBROs is and the GYMBROs NFT collection. So our biggest thing is just making sure, like, that's just going to be the biggest testament to whether people want Gym Queens and whether, you know, people are going to want to be in that community, is to see how good the GYMBROs community is and collection is with the utility we have. So with our upcoming clothing drops, and then obviously the sups as well, and onboarding a lot of new holders with the supplements, we're going to be able to show, obviously, there's just a lot more value and utility in terms of holding a GYMBRO, which then it's like the stronger our brand is, when we do the Queens, it's basically like a testimonial for those. So again, we've just seen it too many times with collections that have airdropped and then they've both turned just to nothing, you know. So with the Queens as well, we do want to build that obviously on the utility of the clothing brand there, and that's a big job as well. So yeah, we're just taking our time with it, guys. We don't like that's the main thing. We just don't want to drop it and then it's just a hype thing that we dropped and then people just sell out because, like, you know, it's because it wasn't the right time to do it. So
yeah, I think like you said, we gotta learn from what we've seen in the past, and yeah, if it's just an airdrop on a community or if it's on the back project that isn't perceived doing really well, then the airdrop is not going to, and then it actually affects the initial project as in terms of like a sell-off and stuff like that. If you don't, whereas if our GYMBROs project is doing really well, you're going to get a lot less selling once the Queens come out, as well as a lot more interest wanting to actually have a gym Queen. So, but in the meantime, like, we're still building the startup behind it. So we've been sampling the clothing, and that's super important for us to have being as close to ready as possible, because that is the main utility. Working on potentially adding some more utility to the system as well. But yeah, like, as long as we continue to build in the background, the time comes, if we have our utility there and with everything else in order, then we can really start pushing Queens and make success. So yeah, again, it's obviously a lot later than we originally planned to do it, but yeah, we've just had to keep it along the way. And it's, you know, we just got to make the decision that we think is best for the project. You know, it doesn't obviously suit everyone's time frame sometimes, but we've got to just go and make the decision that we think is going to be best in the long run. So yeah, that's kind of the Queens. But yeah, we hope to be able to give you guys still more insight what we're doing with the Queens, and yeah, at least give you guys once we've got the samples in order and stuff, showing you guys and giving you some insight into on there. But yeah, like Chris said, just if we just put all that energy in on now with the subs, and then we are really going to boost our GYMBROs collection, and then we can move on to Queens and keep the train rolling from there. So yeah, that's just it with Queens.
yeah, definitely.
But unless you have anything else to add, Chris?
No, that's pretty much good for me, bro. Yeah, I was just gonna say, yeah, with subs, obviously we're gonna be bringing in actual community members, people who train as well, which is gonna be awesome too. So yeah, we're just trying to build out the GYMBROs community to just be a fucking force to be reckoned with, you know? So like at the end of the day, man, the NFT market right now, guys, to people who aren't, or actually even worse, I've talked to people who aren't in the NFT market and they're like, oh yeah, I know about NFTs. The people who are hurting the most are the people who are already in the NFT market and have been completely rug pulled, who have completely seen collections go to zero that they've spent thousands of dollars on, you know, like myself and Miz as well. We're big into NFTs. You know, we have a few in our wallets that we spent a few $1,000s on and like have just completely lost a lot of money in that space. And there's a lot of people in the space that are hurting. So our biggest thing is to just be able to show that we are providing real world utility, especially to the Web 2 space. You know, I'm seeing a lot of the talk around NFTs at the moment is people trying to disguise their NFTs as Web 2 businesses. We've for sure seen this like from a mile away, which is why we've been building out our Web 2 businesses. That's even why we bought the subs along that weren't initially in our roadmap too. Just from the onboarding potential into the NFT that way. So yeah, guys, like, yeah, the market's obviously, it's just a different market, you know, but we're pioneers here in the space. Like we're navigating it, we're moving through it. And, you know, that's just kind of where it sits right now. And we're super excited for everything we're doing right now as well, which is a big, important thing. You know, I feel like a lot of people have lost interest, in terms of, you know, for many reasons. But with us, we're more excited than ever, just like we were on fucking day one. So, yeah, just keen to keep getting it out there, right?
Yeah, we got heaps of cool shit coming. So we just build and keep working on it. Far off. All right, so can we move on to some AMA? We are now at almost 2 hour run time.
Yeah, for sure. Skits, I just want to say as well, again, you just said, yeah, women's clothing market, 80% for gym clothing and sellout was last year. Why did SUPs, which was a secondary idea, take priority over possibly the biggest potential market? For us, our majority community is actually males, you know, so us doing anything with the women's stuff with Gym Queens, that is us essentially trying to build demands that we don't currently have with the community that we do have. So SUPs made a lot more sense. And again, just like I've just stated, us building and using GYMBROs as essentially the testimonial to what the Gym Queens are. We want to have GYMBROs as strong as possible before we do the Gym Queens. So there's just an answer to that.
I think you hit the nail on the head there, Freeze. Yeah, like we constantly have these conversations in house of, you know, how we're projecting forward and how we're hitting the roadmaps and if we're going the right direction. And every step along the way, we have felt confident in the choices that we've made to move forward in the subs earlier. It wasn't initially on doing what's best for not only the community, but for the businesses as a whole. Again, as Freeze touched on earlier, like these are all startups we're running, pretty much planting in the Web 2 and then bringing them across to Web 3 through this project. And I think that is a task. And again, touching on our community, we have to be very aware of is the demand from that community, because you guys are the ones that, you know, came into us, and we want to make sure we look after you rather than trying to potentially grab a hold of a market that we don't even necessarily have tapped into yet. So I definitely Freeze nailed that on their head. Before we get into the questions, I just want to say a massive thank you for everyone that has tuned in for the 2 hours. I know these AMAs can go on for quite a while, and, you know, it can be very informative and information heavy. So we do appreciate you guys sticking around and, you know, being a part of it and being here with us.
Yeah, thanks, Josh. Appreciate that, bro. Also, real quick, yeah, Jomo just said, is it not also that SUPs are much faster to turn around women's clothing, need samples, production, etc. SUPs being made here. Yeah, definitely. And one thing with SUPs too is it's a product that people are already buying every single month if they're training, for the majority of people who train, which is a lot of our community and the communities that we're trying to, you know, gets to come and be a part of our community. So in terms of it's like, it was with clothing as well, there's all the sizing across different sizes, stuff sits on the shelves. With SUPs, there's a lot less of those variables, and it's just a consistent monthly thing. So it's like if people are buying SUPs every month, they might only be buying clothing like once every 3 or 4 months. So the turnaround, and with the discount that we can give for people getting stuff for $48 that they're usually spending $70 to $80 on, it's just a massive saving when you're doing that monthly. So subs just made a lot of sense. And again, just the crossover with the art and, being able to display that on physical product is such a big thing for us.
Yeah, 100%. Good ship, right? All right. Yeah, thanks for hanging around. Like Mark said, we're 2 hours deep. We are half an hour behind our schedule.
Oh, good time.
That's not too bad.
We'll go,
It's not too bad.
we've got the AMA thread.
Yes, I got the AMA thread open, so we'll start getting through some questions. So hang around if you can. Probably another half hour. So the first question is from Jamming, but it's from someone in private. Keen to hear how the pricing for the clothing has gone with non-GYMBROs holders. 80-ish for a t-shirt. Trail will be buying seems quite steep. Discount brings us competition. Is this working for getting the clothing out there and into the hands of new people?
For sure, yeah, I can take this one. So, with the clothing, we've definitely noticed in terms of bringing on board new people, it hasn't been as effective as we thought it might be. Again, we know with the tonal logos we've done, like the minimalistic stuff, it's probably hasn't helped in that regard, which is why we have been pivoting with a new drop to have a lot more logos on things, and then kind of using the supplements as something that we're going to be really pushing to bring new people into the community with in that avenue. In terms of the price point, it's all the same price points that I've run with GymStees for like 10 years. So, that's subjective to everyone, what they think with price points. We're trying to be a bit more premium on the more premium side. Not high premium, obviously, but in terms of some other gym, like high volume gym wear brands, I definitely get that. But again, that's just subjective to everyone. We're just trying to build a quality clothing brands, and exactly. That's Kevo just said you get what you pay for. So except for some of those varsity tees, which were a bit too thin for the print. So, but in terms of everything else, you guys know you've been wearing the stuff. Like it's insane quality that. And wait till you guys see all the new stuff we drop into. It's just as good, if not better.
I think just to jump in there too, on one point of that question was the not being able to try the tees on now, and for I would say the better part of the last 2 years. I think that of actually having to try things on has it become such a pushes away people from purchasing online. This is why we have sizing charts and details on models that are wearing gear that you see when you're purchasing clothes online. I think 5-10 years ago, for sure, it wasn't as much as it was a bigger factor when making purchases online. But I think now, especially when it comes to clothing online, most people, I dare say, rather than going into CBD areas to buy, general stuff they love, pretty much do it all online. Yeah, it's handy to be able to try things on. Everyone still loves that. It's a great feeling. Very much what brings people to shop. I think as it being a deterrent for purchasing something, I don't think that really matters anymore. I think we provide enough information on the tees and the apparel itself that can make themselves on the sizing. And obviously we have things in play that if the sizing doesn't actually meet the requirements for them, or maybe they just selected the size without looking at the sizing charts, we have things in play like resending out the right sizes for that.
It's a good point. And just to touch on that, well, I'll just have a go here. We are pretty close to having a return system built things to sort terms and conditions. But once that's up and running, it's going to be super easy, and we'll make it clear that it is very easy to get to return things to us if the sizing's wrong. It's fully automated, so when you return it, you actually get to see your order come up. You put in your order number, you see your order, you can select the items that you want to return, and you'll get details where you need to send it back. So it's a really good system, being able to roll that out. So that, again, is just going to help the online store and help people who aren't buying for the first time around sizing. So cool, we'll move on. So Big Dog has asked, what's the price in the gym? Again, I think we've touched on it, but I think around we feel more comfortable getting up to initially, even 3.5 plus is a good number for us. But then again, we've now got that second factor, which we didn't originally, plan for, which was just the crazy market we're in for commercial real estate. So that's another factor. It's not just, we're going to need both of those to kind of fall in line to trigger. So probably don't have an exact number. Definitely need it to getting back to originally projected. Great. But then again, if we get a big downturn, then potentially that changes, what we need that number to be. If we feel more comfortable, we can get a good lease on a much better number, then obviously we don't need that probably as high. So, yeah.
Yeah, again, things can change too. There's a few gyms closing down and stuff. You never know as well, opportunities could come up of gyms going under and, potentially buying something out as well. So,
Yeah, that's a very good point.
Yeah, like there's a few options as well, and even in terms of the businesses we're building, with the Gym Bros brands right now as well. It's like once they're like providing more cash flow and stuff, it's again there's just a lot of variables. So yeah, you guys know we just got like we got the gym funds and it's just there and we don't touch it. So
We know Jamie, so as many account touched on, so probably just that first question, getting as many prior to launch. Yeah, I mean, we kind of touched on it already. A little bit tricky prior to launch just because it's our very first product. It hasn't hit the market. No one's been able to test it. We can't really engage with people for us because they haven't tried it. So the initial launch is going to be aimed at our organic socials that we've already built on all of our platforms. And yeah, selling to our holders and people who've already interacted with the community. And then once we've actually got it in our hands, then we can actually start kind of expanding our marketing in terms of engaging with influence and people followings. And
yeah, for sure. And we're going to be bringing back some giveaways as well. So I think that'll bring a few new eyes on everything as well. So, but yeah, we're going to be going hard. Like I was saying before in the AMA, we're going to be going a lot harder with content and just building more in public and just getting it on socials and just coming up with deliverables for content. It's just so important these days. So yeah, we're definitely seeing that and seeing how that like the market's going towards. Like I said, like a lot of behind the scenes people now are getting in front of the camera and showing people what's going on, building the businesses in public. So we're definitely going to be doing a lot more of that.
So Queens, what's the game plan for building a strong community for prior and after launching? That is a tough one. I'm not going to lie, just for us to try and, a bunch to try and get, to where but a lot of it is going to come back on the Gym Bros community and just having a strong action, really strong, building that first. It's going to give us a starting point because they need to be able to look at the Gym Bros collection and be confident that, the community will be similar and as successful. So
yeah, definitely. And one thing we're talking about too is like a lot of we've got a lot of male holders, obviously. It's like a lot of people have girlfriends or partners in our community. So, again, the stronger the Gym Bros brand is, the easier it's going to be to build that community. So, once we've got we're feeling in control of the subs and we've got our new clothing drops out and stuff, it's like when the time comes for the Queens, guys, we're going to be going like balls to the wall 100% on it and building that community. So, and we'll also be doing like a couple of big AMAs for the Queens as well, just specifically.
And hopefully, it's not something that's going to be a 4 or 6 month push build up to build that community. If Gym Bros is going really well, we think, and we've got everything like our utility and we've got things to show on the system. It's something we think relatively quickly if we just go hard out on it. So yeah,
I mean the art's pretty much all done. So it is that community building. So, but again, once the time comes, we'll be going hard on that.
And then community. So we've had a drop in engagement like GB. Can we really need that firing on all cylinders at GB Labs and Gym Queen? We're doing on getting that back, getting OG.
Yeah, of course. I mean, we're definitely people come in and out. Obviously, we've been running for a year and a half almost now, or maybe a year and a few months. And we do everything we can to keep people as engaged as possible in here. We do the weekly giveaways. And also we've been building up this accountability channel. We're going to be doing a lot more content for that as well and just trying to get more people in here. I think you guys will see as well. Obviously, we're dropping the free claims on Friday. That always brings a lot of eyes and people who maybe have had a break from the Discord back through. So again, I guess it's just up to us as a community to just show that, we're still fucking hyped on this, still pumped. And no doubt everyone will be pumped coming to get their free claims and do that registration. So again, we hear you at Jaming, bro. Like we noticed especially these last couple of months, it has felt like a lull, but again, I think that's just gonna come and go, like it kind of always does with these things. People come and go, and there's lower seasons and then higher seasons. So we think we've got enough big things coming up within this next month that are going to get people a lot more excited and pumped and back in here. So and again, we just do everything we can to just keep doing the weekly giveaways, and then with this accountability zone as well, we might drop a new video next week going into more detail on that, but I've seen numbers have been picking up on that. I've been using it this week, and we think it's quite a strong point to have. It's people who are doing it are taking it really seriously, and it's been going awesome. So we encourage any of you guys to jump in the accountability zone if you've got anything you're trying to tighten up each week.
Yeah, I found it.
I'll jump in just. So the accountability zone is something that I'm facilitating for you. Those that it is really one of those things quite tied to just who we are as a community. We're all into self-development, whether it be the physical benefits. Accountability groups together really get us kind of get behind each other to whatever the goals may be. And it's still early days for this. We're doing weekend review calls where we jump to the GYMBROs Monday, a couple of different days so everyone can be involved, talk about how that part went really well. It just gives everyone an opportunity to either learn from our experience the same hurdle, or you can help our experience. Again, it's one of those things planning on doing, and cliche is the same. Family here, like we are looking at each other, we want everyone to grow, and the accountability zone is just stuff.
Yeah, bro,
Yeah, thanks,
love it.
bro. And just on top of that too, like we're gonna do running our trivia. People are really rating that. Run our trivia every second week, and then we're trying to get the played on the off week. It's just another thing to try and make sure that people are engaged. At least even if it's just that once a week, if that they like to do. So yeah, we're trying to bring in more activities and more reasons to come and join on a daily or weekly basis. So, and we take ideas, guys. If you've got ideas to bring activity to the Discord, then obviously let us know. But yeah, we're always trying to make sure that we can go in. It can be tricky at times especially when we're just in the background building the businesses. So let us know if it is too on engagement up. So we'll move on. So 16 reps. Are we looking to collaborate with any female-led projects or communities for the Queen launch? I know Friesner has relations with the Tour founders, and from what I've researched, they have a super and engaged female community. Niche to be into here.
Yeah, definitely, bro. I mean, the problem is like with I'm good friends with Anna, who owns that collection. They've got a solid community, and we've got a few of their community actually in here in the GYMBROs community, which I think organically is gonna help bridge between the communities there. But the problem is too with her community, they're actually doing their own clothing brand. So in terms of like a collaboration, I don't see it. I could be wrong, but I don't think we'll be able to get something happening. Just purely because it would be a conflict of interest to what they're building. Again, we'd like to think so possibly, but can't say for sure.
Yeah, I think originally that was something that we were definitely keen on. It was just that organic relationship that you already had with them. But yeah, it's obviously been spanner in the works there with them bringing out their own activewear. Makes it quite tricky. Obviously, Freeze will have a chat with her anyway, and see what we can do. But as far as like other communities too, obviously that's something that we need to really have a deep dive into, and it's just not something that we've kind of had the time to do while we put a lot of our energy into what we've already got the subs. But again, like you guys have pretty good if you guys are other NFT collections, you might have potential lead or not the press that might want to collab, whether they're female communities or not, or whether there's some other link. It'd be keen for you guys to let us know and do some of that market find any because that's obviously build up and trying to build the community. We're trying to get a lot of the women from other into NFTs and stuff like that, trying to get them obviously into Queens.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, don't get me wrong, like we'll definitely have a chat to Anna, and I'm sure if, you never know, if we're creative and we can come up with something that could be mutually beneficial, it could be an option for sure. But again, it's just even though we're friends, it's like if it's a conflict of interest with what they're building, it's we just gotta kind of just be happy with the organic collaboration that we currently do have with some of their community already in here, and they're pretty awesome members here in our community as well. Like a lot of those girls are very active in here, so I'm sure they're active and will be spreading the word regardless. So
we'll move on. So Big Moz. So what is the plan of attack when it comes to keeping GYMBROs alive after the Queen's release? Personally, I believe other people may or may not be waiting for Queen's dump their GYMBROs collection, which leads me to them being just owning a gym queen. So we'll just break that down to doesn't. So owning a gym queen, that's going to have its own separate utility. So we obviously don't want to dilute anything that we have with the GYMBROs. We need to protect our original collection and just keep that. So Queens will have their own utility. As far as keeping GYMBROs alive, our Queens, Yeah, that is important, and that's kind of why I don't want to release the queens willy-nilly and just do it for the sake of it. You know, reveal their queens ASAP, which I understand. Itching for a reveal, no doubt. But
I mean, comparatively, if you're dumping a bro for queens, like the bros have so much more utility than the queens, so I can't see that happening on a large scale. Just personally, that's my personal opinion.
yeah, especially if the project is strong when we drop queens, I don't think that's going to be too much of a. So yeah, that's the behind queens when the GYMBROs collection is strong. And then the second part, gym, which we touched on. Can we get the gym up and running for doing constant money on clothes subs to accumulate enough? So I think anything we really, pretty much anything for the clothing and the subs in the short term, it's going to go straight back into those businesses. There's really not a huge margin to take out until they get a certain size. So yeah, pretty much any extra, well yeah, any growth comes out of clothing is just going to go straight back, just so they can keep growing. So probably answers that question. And then he said Vic meetup. Might have to run a poll and see how many we got in Vic that are keen for a meetup.
Yeah, we could do that, bro. When's the it's like expo season or anything? Do those things still going down? Could time it with something maybe.
Just had Melbourne NFT. We just
Oh yeah.
we just had the meetup.
Oh, I should have just done the meetup then. Yeah.
You guys didn't come.
Yeah, big shout out to Josh who went there and repped for us and got some front row seats, seeing the state of things.
Someone said PAX Melbourne. PAX is gaming convention, right?
I mean, still, I doubt it's a meetup ideal, but it's always fun.
That's Josh's favourite day of the year, bro. He can't mess with that.
I was trying to be coy with it now.
Yeah, no, we won't ruin that for you.
Nah, it'd be good. But no, we'll definitely organise a big meetup soon. We'll definitely start getting some things played to get an idea of numbers. Obviously, if there are some fitness expos that assist in the timing. But as I said, we've got those local meetup channels now that you guys can do just some small local ones in the area that want to train together. We will add that to the cards. We have been thinking for a little while now. Bigger things to attack at the moment with our focus, but we'll add the big meetup to the list. And we'll keep you guys in the wrap with that.
Sweet.
Yeah, for sure. Cool. Let's go on to buzz. So we'll probably just have to break down. We'll just go paragraph by paragraph. So first one, I feel like there needs to be communication between the team and the current group actually happening behind the scenes, good and bad. The bi-weekly updates are good, but seem to be a majority pace and not providing insight into this growth. Want me to take that one?
Yeah, you can take it, bro.
Cool, lucky me.
Lucky you, bro.
Nah, that's I definitely get the communication thing, and it's always a sticking. And we kind of I think every time about how much we show, how much we kind of keep to ourselves for like a number of reasons. So in terms of like providing insight into, I'm not sure exactly what I want to know there. A lot of what we do, we're not here to financial things. If there's something, specific to know that, I guess let us know and we'll see cards. But generally, running of the, that's kind of, and anything to do with like financial information. So we don't share that. But as far as like communication goes, I mean that's why we started the bi-weekly. I kind of give you a date on everything, and sometimes it's just a business thing because there's so much going on. Certain things move and others don't, and I can see it can be frustrating for you guys. Wanting to get more detail, but at the end of the day, if something takes 3 months from start to finish, bi-weekly is not going to give you a whole insight every 2 week item. It's just not going to, because sometimes there's just not that much to really convey, or it's things that we convey. Some information. So if you got any particular things that you want to know, free to shout out and we can share that. But we try and be and communicate with you can, and like we're going to try and do that more. I think Free's touched on that enough for us to not have to further, but that's something going forward to do is actually get more content out, shows you guys doing, and shows I guess everyone in the community, whether you guys active members or people that don't know anything about the brand, hopefully can show you guys more of what goes on behind the scenes. So we're definitely going to try and do that. So the second part, the brand's best aspect has always been community, but it seems to be pretty obvious that there have been a few people selling out and taking rock bottom collection offers, and all bros, whether anyone likes it or not, is a clear indication there is people lack of faith and trying to release something. Do you want to change it up, Freeze? You can take that one.
Yeah, bro. I mean, the fact of the matter is that people all sell for different reasons. We've seen a few people, like inactive members, who have sold up on collection offers, which is fine. It's just a part of what happens in this space. In terms of active members that have been selling up collections. Maybe there's only been like, I think one or two that I could think of. Personally, again, not too phased. It's like everyone has different expectations on what they want out of, owning their bros. If things haven't gone on their time frame or whatever, like everyone's got different reasons to sell. It doesn't change anything for us. We're still doing everything that we've initially set out to do with this. So yeah, personally, like, I don't know, not too phased on that personally. But yeah,
Yeah, I think. Oh yeah, go, please go.
I was just gonna.
jump in there, Max.
He's dodging again. No, to just kind of, we all maybe they sold, they overleveraged themselves on their position though, or whatever, or they were start and they were not keen on NFTs in general. Unless you are the person who I lost faith, then that's when we can get really the honest feedback. Until then, it's so we can't say, there's nothing. And to touch on what we've been seeing in the chat, we are planning to behind the scenes, all this other stuff. So that content is coming in the making. I like the idea of the GYMBROs anime too. Anyway, continue back to you, Miz. You can dodge this now.
Not sure what this next one is. Let's see how I played that. All right, so next one. Understandably, ETH has dropped substantially since middays and Gym's been put on hold. However, the selling point for the whole project was Gym and Queens sell out. Regardless of ETH, there needs to be in the interim project with quite a large number of whales. There needs to be more clarity with what the team is doing short term to instead of amount for Gym. I'm probably not going to touch on it too much because I think we clearly said that the subs is the thing that we're doing in the meantime, and I think you don't understand the scale that this would into. This can be absolutely for us. You can literally bring in hundreds of members in a relatively short amount of time, and that's our goal. We want to see our whole account absolutely once it's running. So yeah, I think kind of answered our plan is in the short term going for our community.
Yeah, definitely. And I just want to say as well, like, we've got a lot to offer with the GYMBROs. It's like we've got stuff that you can get now. We're literally doing our third free claim. You get 2 free claims every year, and then we've got the clothing brand. You get 50% off, and we're literally about to launch this up, so you get 40% off. So it's not like the value's not there currently. And again, we do the community giveaways, and we're always trying to do stuff in here. So I think everyone's perspective again is different. People invest for different reasons on different expectations of timeframes and stuff like that. Again, like we've talked about, like the whole market has completely changed. And we have been moving and pivoting accordingly. I think from what I can see, I think anyone who might feel overinvested or who has overinvested might have those concerns. But again, that's just going to be different for everyone. Like I know there's so many people in here who own like 1 to 3 bros, or if they're like, doing pretty well in life, they own like 10 to 20, but they're not overinvested with whatever amount of bros they have. So they feel pretty awesome about everything that we do. So again, I know there's probably going to be a couple of people who might be in that situation potentially, but just know again, like, whilst circumstances in the outer world or timeframes can change, like none of our execution long term is changed.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, anyway, well said, man. Let's move on to the next one. So, yes, the giveaway of 500 over the last year or more equals substantial sum, but in comparison to crowdfunded ETH, it is pocket money. Loan does not provide a solid foundation for any newcomers wondering what. I mean, you touched on that pretty well there, Freeze, and I'd understand the question, because I think if you're a newcomer coming in, it's pretty clear that you get a lot for the cost of a bro right now, which might be, 300 AUD. You get access to the clothing brand at a discount. You're going to get access to the subs discount, and they're both very high quality products. You get access to the community, and yes, that giveaways, but the community in general. What else have I missed? And the free claim. So if you're coming in as a newcomer, there's so much, probably more than any other NFT you could buy. You get a lot more than other packs, I guess, can offer in terms of at least real utility. I think there's a huge value prop for anyone coming in at the moment, especially given the moment. So yeah, I'm not sure getting that there, but that off. But yeah, appreciate that. If you're getting something else, let us know. The next one is Queens and subs. I have no doubt feeding of all announcements and reveals to do with these has created more frustration than hype. For me, at least, and a few others I can too.
Yeah, we're definitely we've seen that as well, which is why you've probably noticed we stopped kind of drip feeding now as much with the Queens completely, because we realized that was happening. So that's why we did pivot to decide, like, once we're ready to go hard with the Queens, that's when we're gonna completely pump them. But yeah, in terms of like that drip feeding, yeah, we definitely, I can see from that perspective for sure. And I guess the same with the subs as well. Like as soon as we're like 2 weeks out from launch, we're going to be going crazy with the promo on that. So yeah, Miz, anything to add?
No, that's a good point, and it's yeah. I think we try and thing it's more less strict, concentrated time. It is, and that's actually where it gets tricky. Because if we it makes it tricky because we're trying to obviously save hard for dropping certain things, but we're giving you guys up kind of every step of the way. So yeah, that's actually tricky for us to jump the updates and conserving anyway.
Yeah, we're always just trying to find that balance, eh? So again, that's just
Yeah,
it's about not showing too much too soon or too far away from a drop, but then also still being able to show stuff. So
it's very tricky.
always trying to find it, but
And then the last point, investment return. I put the amount of whales in the same. So I guess the question is, are we seen as investors or shareholders, or just a community who decide for it may or may not? So that's an interesting one. I think you know the answer in terms of shareholder, but I totally understand that buy into the current ROI. The entirety of the NFT space was when we launched. I mean, you buy the NFT, but if you buy multiple, I think there is some inherent need for again that's person, but we understand that and we want to make these gyms absolute benefit getting in early us and it's going to obviously us as the creators of the product successful, it was worth so we definitely see that side to it, even though you're not investors or shareholders, we understand that may be how some people themselves, so yeah, we definitely want to provide that ROI, but it takes time for us to build because we're building in Web 2. It just takes time to get these startups running and to actually see the benefit. So we got to give it time. I'm not promising you an ROI in the short term, and I don't think we ever have. I always said that we long-term vision launched, and I would say that a majority of any project that you invest into time, including any crypto, is most likely down from that time. So you kind of got to take some ability for the timing of everything as someone who then, but you guys need an ROI. So
yeah,
and for
definitely,
us,
bro.
it's just easy. We just want the GYMBROs to be as much as can be in the future. So we're building right now in the present to make sure that happens, and we need to have just a slightly longer term, I guess, for any ROI, just maybe not so much in term, having there.
Yeah, for sure. And yeah, just to say as well, like this is not a side project. This is our biggest focus, guys. This is like everything to us. We literally have 3 startups essentially on the go. We're always thinking about GYMBROs. It's on our mind 24/7. It's absolutely insane. So yeah, just wanted to put that out there. Like, and again, we're so invested in this as well. Like, we've bought multiple GYMBROs with our own money. Like, we never put any GYMBROs aside for us as founders. We used funds from our profits that we made at the start to reinvest and continuously invest. Like Miz will always like buy GYMBROs off the floor or GYMBROs he likes, and I've been the same. I've got a pretty good collection now where I'm happy with it. But it's like we're we put our own money back into this because we believe in the bros as well. So with ROI, it's like these are digital collectibles. We're the first ever fitness collection to ever touch the blockchain. We're building so much utility where we're trying to make it such a great decision for new people to come into the community and buy. But that's what's great about NFTs. It's like everyone can do well when it goes well. So we're doing everything we can to build what we can to make sure it all goes well. Like nothing's changed. So and I guess, but then again, on the flip side, that's why NFTs can be so bad as well. Like you've seen a lot of hurt people in the space, So again, it's a double-edged sword, isn't it? But we want to be that collection that does well. We want to be that collection that delivers and completely gets everyone here who does have multiple bros and ROI, essentially. So we're on the same page there, bro.
I'll wrap it. I do want to be on time for especially Freeze and Miz and just everyone that's been here since the start. Again, we do appreciate you guys and pretty much spending the night with it and getting updates where we're currently at and where we're projecting and everything like. Again, from the start, this has always been a long-term project. We never spoke about wanting to sell out in a year and be done with all that stuff. We always set out with the 5-year, if you guys can remember as far, when we were launching, Freeze was always talking about the 5-year and then some. It was never, in 2 years or a year. So again, everyone's in a different comes to their investments. It really depends. You will get a return on investment. You also in a position where you can make, we do events, trivias, we do challenges, we do all these things can benefit you. You don't know who you're going to community and who you're going to link up with and what happens. And these are the crazy things. And I want to, I know Miz and Fraser have been really nice about this particular point, but I do really want to be, I don't want to say blunt, but I don't want to be harsh, but I do want to make a stance on the differences that we are not a DAO. While we understand you guys can buy yourselves as investment shareholders, these are businesses. As we've touched on earlier in the AMA, that don't and are not going to share financial statements or anything like business information. What we're doing here, we want to give you guys, and we have all intentions of giving you guys investment, something to hold on to and something worth. We see everyone as a team, part of the GYMBROs family, but we want to make it a clear distinction that to be a shareholder is definitely not something you'd see in a DAO. So I know Miz and Freeze have been very nice about that point, but I just want to make sure we're very clear on that. I'm an asshole.
That didn't sound too arsehole to me, bro.
Well, some people, again, I do think I've looked through the rest of the AMA questions, and I think we've hit almost every other one on the spot. There's a couple of them which take another hour in itself to answer, the answers for them. If you guys are happy, I think we can start to wrap this up. It is, I think we're 2.5 hours in plus some. So yeah, I think that's okay with you guys. I think unless there's any final pieces to add, I think we can look it up.
Yeah, I actually just want to say you made a really good point. And it's a point we actually haven't made tonight, just in terms of you need to enjoy the ride that we're on as well. And I know a lot of you guys do. I think a lot of people have had some very good times in the Discord and in everything that from mint day to where they are now. I think good times in people's lives. And I think it's important even for us as founders. We all want to obviously see eventual ROI to see GYMBROs moving, but we do offer a lot of stuff and a lot of stuff you can get involved in. So even if it's just the weekly challenges, if you can just get involved in there and have some fun, I think that's important to not forget. Especially if you listen to this and you're getting on the sidelines mostly. It's an awesome time to get in. We got what's coming, so it's important to enjoy the. You want to know what's going on, and business and stuff. But also, just make sure.
Yeah, that's a good point. And I do want to say we're happy to answer you guys' questions. If you guys are ever wanting any updates and stuff, I've actually been answering less questions. I know JMac always asks a lot of questions. I actually don't answer his questions anymore because we do the bi-weekly update. So I've kind of been just actually making a decision not to answer questions, because then our bi-weekly update becomes void if we're answering too much. But in terms of any big questions or anything, just feel free to ask us, of course.
Yeah, definitely.
And again, just want to say too, what are we when I think we're not even 6 months post a sellout, and we've already got so much to show, and it's just, I think we forget that sometimes as well with the time frames, JMax now. Yeah, sorry, bro. If you ask me a big question, I'll answer you, bro. But if it's something that's in our bi-weekly update, because you asked for bi-weekly updates, I can't answer your question in the chat, or else it defeats the purpose. But yeah, I just want, you guys to know, in terms of time frame, obviously, guys, we're getting so tired. I can just hear it in all our voices. I'm pretty flawed at the moment.
I was saying we should wrap it up.
So,
we gotta start
we should
questions that are gonna not sound correct.
Yeah, literally, bro. I think it's just probably time to call it. But
guys, we can't do 3-hour AMAs without a nootropic. It's just impossible.
Yeah, so true, bro.
Yeah, next time we'll do a 5-hour mammoth AMA that we'll just drink GYMBROs nootropic the whole time.
Good idea, bro.
Sweet.
But
Thoughts, boys.
Just want to say big thanks to everyone who joined us tonight. And hey, final thoughts. Who's excited for the free claim? Let's fucking go. Friday. We're freaking opening it up. So hope you guys are excited for that.
Yeah, we'll be putting out the items on socials tomorrow. Geeing that up. So hopefully we see a lot of guys come back through the Discord. Very keen to see the activity pick up again from that. That should be cool. But final thoughts. Just thanks for hanging out. It's been 3 hours, but time goes super fast. At least it does for us up here going through everything. So we hope you guys are excited for what's coming. We really do think subs are going to be absolutely massive. We're going to do everything we can to them and to get them, mainstream. To the point where we want like everyone that is into subs and knows about all the different brands. We want massive. So yeah, we think awesome stuff coming in the collection. So yeah, I think that wraps it up for me. Thanks to Freeze and Josh as well for a good AMA. Thank you.
Thank you, Miz. Thank you, bro.
I'm glad my mic held out the 3 hours.
It did.
I think it needs a wrap.
It got average in the middle there, but I didn't want to say anything.
Okay. Well, I appreciate that because it hurt my confidence if I knew my mic was cutting out.
Would have derailed the whole thing, eh?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, Kevo, you're on the way to getting snubbed with those questions at this time of night. But I'll wrap it up for us all. This has all been recorded as well, so this will be posted over the next day or two. Once we clean it up a little bit, make sure all the audio's all good, just so it's easy to follow. Again, a massive thanks to Freeze and Miz for preparing everything and giving us all the updates that all been so longing for. I'm very excited for the moments and the free claims. It's going to be a crazy month or two coming up. So very exciting times. Thank you all again for listening and being a part of it. We appreciate your time and just appreciate you being a part of this journey with us. And with that said, for those that are going to get only a few hours sleep because they are crazy and train very early in the morning, good luck. But for the rest of you, so I hope you all enjoy the rest of your evenings.
For sure. Peace out, fam. Good to chat tonight. Really enjoyed this one tonight, so yeah, hope you guys did too.
100%. Thanks, guys. We shall duck out. Have a great night.
Friday, let's go. Free claim, baby.
Yeah, boy. I'll be there. Nah. Cool.
Be there or be square.
I'll speak to you tomorrow.
All right, bro. See you tomorrow.
And I'll see you guys in the Discord.
See you in the Discord, fam.